Good evening. My name is Kavya Kamath and I have a mom. Like all moms, she was once a young girl, and like most daughters, I've heard a million stories from her childhood. The one I want to focus on now is one that I've heard since I was a little girl, but that I never really listened to until August of last summer. It was late afternoon and I was sitting in my mom's bedroom. I was having a one-sided conversation with her while she was at her office desk, closing down her laptop for the day. And I don't remember exactly how, but the topic of beauty came up, and my mom began describing how when she was young, she and her younger sister were often compared in regards to who was prettiest. Guests would comment on how my aunt had glossier hair, but my mom had brighter eyes. My aunt had a smaller frame, but my mom had a better smile. And what it always came down to, my aunt had better bone structure, but my mom was fairer. My mom was fairer. And because I was, and still am, a kid who asked too many questions, I had said, "Mom, why does it matter that you're fairer?" I didn't understand why her lighter skin tone made her prettier through some people's eyes. And growing up in America, where we love to pay lip service to the idea that skin tone doesn't matter, this was one of my first grapplings with the notion that no, skin tone does matter. Because among most Indians, a lighter skin tone is a coveted, desired feature. In India, the fairness cream and skin bleaching, let me repeat that, skin bleaching market is worth $500 million US. More than half of all Indian women use these products, and their popularity is growing among men as well. People with a lighter skin tone are viewed as more intelligent, attractive, trustworthy, according to the peer-reviewed journal Gender and Society. But this is not because they are actually more intelligent, trustworthy, and attractive. It is because of a socio-cultural bias, deeply and systematically ingrained in the Indian people. So, like I asked my mom, we have to ask ourselves, why? Where exactly did this notion that lighter equals superior come from? Especially in countries where there are very few white people. Focusing on India, the single most important factor has been European colonialism. While India has a history of subjugation, British colonization of India from 1757 until 1947, spanning nearly 200 years, has by far been the most significant. The British have naturally lighter skin tones than Indians, and in this situation, with the British as the oppressors and Indians as the oppressed, the myth was propagated that a lighter skin tone is more attractive, desirable, intelligent, superior. British policy only compounded upon this, with British favoritism of lighter-skinned Indians in the avenues of jobs, social mobility, power, alliances, social status, and so on. This created an upper class with an overrepresentation of lighter-skinned people. And the fact of the matter is, the standards for power and wealth set and define the standards for desirability, which infect and dictate the standards of beauty. And this standard of beauty still exists in India today. If I walk into a salon, one of the first treatments offered is for skin brightening, a pretty term for skin bleaching. In India, children are told not to go out into the sun so they don't become too dark. In any given drugstore, there are rows upon rows of skin bleaching products promising lighter skin and a better life. Even walking in the street with my mom, we will get comments in passing about how I am not as light as her. Standing here before you today as an Indian American girl, I can only share my peripheral experiences with the Indian beauty standard. But as you can see, this beauty standard is significant of a larger issue within Indian society today, and this issue is colorism, or the socio-cultural favoring of people of a lighter skin tone. Unfortunately, this phenomenon is not confined to only India because European colonialism was not confined to only India. It spanned the globe, and now people in countries in Asia, to South America, to Africa, to the Middle East, that were all conquered as a result of European colonialism suffer from colorism as well. As an Indian American, I cannot speak to personal experiences of people in other racial or ethnic groups, but what I can do is look at the facts. In Brazil, in Nigeria, in Argentina, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in Ghana, in so many more countries, dark is synonymous with undesirable. Dark is synonymous with inferior. Colorism is pervasive. By 2025, the global skin bleaching industry is projected to be worth $13.7 billion US. There are billions of people out there who are dissatisfied with the tone of their skin, who want to lighten it. When we consider where this standard of fairness comes from, not only is this a disservice and injustice to all those not of a Eurocentric visage, this is flat out wrong. So I'm not asking you to immediately stop using these miracle creams and potions. I understand the world we live in rewards you for using them today. All I'm asking is that we don't hand them to our children, who represent tomorrow. I'm asking that we, who are brown, dark, pale, tan, fair, black, white, human, actively think about our unconscious prejudices, now knowing where they stem from. I'm asking that we work towards a world in which darker-skinned people like my aunt and lighter-skinned people like my mom are not viewed through the lens of their skin tone. I'm asking that we work towards a world in which your skin tone, my skin tone, his skin tone, and her skin tone truly do not matter.